Developing this midday, a young woman is sharing the haunting moments when she saw part of the scene of what police call a murder, with officers finding her family inside their East Atlanta apartment.
I really don't have words.
Still in denial.
For some reason in my head, they're still alive to me.
Chanel Carter walked into the unthinkable Saturday.
Immediately, I seen a body on the couch, and it terrified me, so I ran away from the home.
In Atlanta, Georgia, at the Vineyards at Flat Shoals, 43-year-old mother and grandmother Mollie Johnson just decorated her home for Christmas on Monday, December 2nd, 2024. She was said to be excited about the holidays, and it was a time to get together with the people she loved. Originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, she and her daughter-in-law and 2 kids were living together in Atlanta, Georgia. Around the apartment complex where Mollie lived, she was like an aunt to many around her and would always have kids over, and it didn't hurt that she was the area candy lady. Being a grandmother to a 5 and 1-year-old, she spent her time babysitting and showering love to all who knew her. Mollie was truly a woman with a heart of gratitude and was looking forward to her future. Nevertheless, someone in her life decided to put her fate in their hands and woefully decided to decide for her family too. Mollie Johnson, who was affectionately called Mollie, was a loving mother of 3, 2 adult sons and 1 adult daughter, who were her entire world. Becoming a mother at the age of 17, she was more than determined to give her kids all they needed as a single mother. Expressing that she always looked at herself as a beautiful, independent single mom, and with the help of the Lord, she was going to raise her kids under His watchful eye. She went on and raised 3 wonderful kids, and through her 2 sons, she would become a grandmother to 3 grandbabies. 2 of them, 5-year-old JaDoire and 1-year-old Jonta, lived in the same home as Mollie, alongside their mother, 25-year-old Kaylyn Samuel, who was her daughter-in-law and had been in the family since a teen. When I say that she loved those babies with all her whole being, it would still be an understatement. She took her grandma role seriously, and there was nothing she wouldn't do for them. Even though she was overflowing with love from her kids and grandkids, she was still wanting that special person in her life. So in April of 2024, she came out officially as being involved with a man by the name of Jonathan Darden. She said, "Hey, when you know, you just know. Been rocking. Now it's posting time. Stepping in it. Didn't even know how deep." Over the course of the rest of the year, Mollie conveyed that she was in love for real and for the very first time in her life. Jonathan gave her life again and made her feel brand new, according to her. He had her whole heart, and she was happier than she had ever been in life. Then, to add icing on top of the cake, she got good news about a health scare, but doctors determined that she was not going to need surgery after all, after further testing. Jonathan was right there, cooking for her, helping with the grandkids, and filling in like a loving partner. However, that happiness was short-lived and was too good to be true. Jonathan had also moved into the home over the course of their relationship, but the pair's happy ending would never come. According to Mollie's only daughter, Chanel, her mother was wanting to break things off with him recently. Plus, a neighbor said that Jonathan had other plans, and on Christmas Day, he wanted to unalive her whole family. The person he had gave this information to did go back and let Mollie know. However, it is unclear if she let him know that she knew, because it appeared that he executed his deviant plan before Christmas Day of 2024. The horrible truth of what he did would take almost a week to be revealed. On Monday, December 2nd, Mollie's family and neighborhood friends decorated her home for Christmas, putting up the tree, other decorations, and lights. She was making the home holiday ready, nice and cozy, and I'm sure she was excited just like most people about Christmas and New Year's. She was supposed to go to the store with her daughter that same week, but when Chanel texted her mother, she could not reach her. She would call her mother over the next few days, but never was able to get in touch with her and would never had imagined what took place. After a couple of days of not being able to reach her or get a hold of her, that's when she would contact the authorities to do a welfare check, and she would meet them there. Once she arrived at the Vineyards apartment complex, she shined a light through a window and made a sad discovery, finding one person on the floor. Now, the details of what took place are very limited, but what is known, when police went into the home, they found 5 people who all had been executed. 2 children, 2 women, and a man unalive from gunshot wounds, detectives would report. It was also determined that they had been unalive for 5 days and no one had a clue. No neighbors heard anything, no neighbors smelled anything, and the scene had to be very heartbreaking to walk into. On December 9th, the medical examiner said the victims were Jonta Powell, 1, JaDoire Powell, 5, their mother, 25-year-old Kaylyn Samuel, and their loving grandmother, 43-year-old Mollie Johnson. Tragically, 42-year-old Jonathan Darden is suspected of shooting them before taking his own life, officials will release.
DeKalb County Police first discovered the bodies Saturday night during a welfare check at the Vineyards at Flat Shoals apartment complex. And police tell us Jonathan Darden pulled the trigger. These are some new photos of the 4 people police say he killed. His girlfriend, 43-year-old Mollie Johnson, Johnson's daughter-in-law, 25-year-old Kaylyn Samuel, and Samuel's 2 young children, 5-year-old JaDoire Powell and 1-year-old Jonta Powell.
I really don't have words.
Still in denial.
For some reason in my head, they're still alive to me.
Chanel Carter walked into the unthinkable Saturday.
Immediately I seen a body on the couch and it terrified me, so I ran away from the home. The police came and finally told me that my whole family had been. Jonathan, the man who detectives tell me did this to my mom. And I remember seeing the gun in his hand.
These 4 radiated love.
She was the best mom ever. And she just made our lives so easy. My sister, Paige, is the funniest people to ever be around. My niece, autistic, but you could not tell that little girl anything. And my 8-year-old nephew loved me.
The 4 lives taken after Mollian tried to leave her boyfriend. Chanel says Jonathan told a neighbor who tried to warn her mom.
His plan was to wait for Christmas dinner until all of my mom's kids got here to try to do it to everyone.
Now everyone is left heartbroken.
I'll never be able to get my family back, and I just want to get them home and get them put away properly so I can start grieving properly and just start remembering all the good times instead of this tragic moment.
The man came into her life, swept her off her feet, and appeared to truly be a wolf in sheep clothing. Took out a whole family, 2 littles, and their mother, who had nothing to do with nothing. Jonathan's actions tore so many people's lives apart, and Mollie's kids are doing their best to not break, especially her older son, who is also the kid's father and the partner to Kaylyn. It is hitting him on a whole nother level because he lost his mother, his only 2 kids, and girl all at one time, and he was away during the time it happened. How can any person look at these faces and pull a trigger, let alone shoot anybody and take their life? It is truly sickening and horrifying, and my heart really hurts for this family. My thoughts and prayers are with all involved, and I pray that the family of all the victims are able to get them all back to Wisconsin, where they plan to lay them all to rest. No family should experience such trauma that definitely could have been avoided, especially during the holidays. All of their lives mattered, and all of them should still be here. Please don't forget to comment your thoughts as well for this family and your prayers in this difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.